I'm starting to get kind of excited playing with those numbers. That's one of the fun things about farming. It's, you know, it's a big gamble. All right. It's way over my head. Out here walking in the 6-acre field. I've spent the last 3 days going over these blank spots to try to kill off pigweed, water hemp, morning glory, lamb's quarter. And I'm finally seeing some results from a streak that I hit 3 days ago. 3 days, well, yeah. Tonight would be the end of 3 days. And let's see. Right there is pigweed curling up and dying. And there's some more of it over here. Curling up and dying. There. There. There's more. Another one. But it was down in here. Real thick streak of it right through here. And I just thought I'd get a little video representation of it. He's dying. There. 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 Yeah, I see a couple in here that I missed. I didn't see them. All right, that's death. And there's one right there that I didn't spray. So I have to walk back down here. I found out all them years of fighting this stuff and coming out here and pulling it by hand, that was not the thing to do. Huge mistake with that. You're never going to get all of the root up, and whatever root you leave just turns around and makes new growth. Yep, just sprouts new growth right out of it. So catch it before it makes seed and get it sprayed. Still kicking myself for not putting the prefix in this recipe. Prefix would have held this back a lot longer. But I got toast on a lot of this grass through here. But it's worth fighting it. I think this field's still got a lot of potential. So, ground's got a huge amount of water in it. And these plants have actually grown. I was noticing back down there that they're just about getting close to just below the knee. So they've actually grown quite a bit. Oh well, I've only got probably 2 more tanks and I'll finish that. And then probably another slow walk over just to get the ones I just realized I missed. Had to come over here and sit down in the truck, take a little rest break. Got the truck parked over here in the shade. A nice breeze coming back here. And I'm soaking wet, but that breeze feels really good. Well, there's about 6 more rows to walk down. Those are good solid rows. There's no gaps in there, but there's little tiny water hemp and a bunch of grass down in between the rows. Actually, these rows are beautiful. Best rows in the whole field. But while I'm out here doing this, I want to go ahead and knock that grass down. And, you know, knock it down, let the bean plant grow. get the grass out of it. Let's walk over here and take a look at the corn cousin put on my little 2-acre field back here on the back side of the farm. Not quite at the corn yet. Stop here under this pecan tree and check this out. It's got a nice canopy. There's a poplar tree that came up right here beside it, and it adds to the canopy. And then right over there, there's a pin oak, water oak, came up in there. So it makes a nice, cool, shady spot right here, as you can see on the ground by the shade around. Okay, it's the first time I've been over here this close to it, and it looks like it's starting to make ears. Let's see. Yep, there's some down in there. All right. It's way over my head. Let's see. All right, now I'm in here. Yeah. I think the best thing to do is get out of here and see if I can flip the camera around and give you an idea what it looks like. I wonder what happens if you push this button. Oh, nothing. Okay, I'm standing at the edge of the field. Let's see. There, that gives you an idea. It's up above my head. It's already started to make the tassels. I'm impressed with it. Yep. Well, that's the corn. It's gonna make a lot of organic matter. That's a view of the big pecan tree, the poplar tree, and the pin oak tree over there. I was standing under that shade. And then, of course, right over there, I got a truck parked in the shade. Beautiful day here. Hot. So, I think it's about 88 degrees. But when you get out in the middle of that, and that sun's beating down on me, see how pretty the sky looks? It's blue, little puffy clouds. Looks nice. I got to do something about that pecan tree right there. It's done. I remember that thing was just a twig. I see, 22, 20, about 23 years ago when I decided not to gymo over it. And now look at it. 23 years from a twig to a big, giant, out of control tree. Oh well, nothing a chainsaw won't fix. But it's absolutely beautiful out here today. Almost finished. There's still going to be some weeds in this field. They're going to come back, but I think I've done a real good thing getting out here with this backpack and walking these rows. There's a lot of water hemp, and I can see the stuff that I sprayed today. Like I said, today's Wednesday. I see the stuff I sprayed on Monday. Got a good kill on it. Walking back to make that video, I found a few that I'd missed, but I got those. Went back and got them before they got out of my brain. Yep, field's got good potential to be fantastic yield. Share something about what happened last year, to the power and glory of God. This field was a disaster last year. It seed drowned. It rained, wouldn't stop raining right after I got it planted. I planted the whole field on the same day, and then it went to raining. It rained every day or every other day, and it stayed super wet, turned into a mud hole, and the seed just drowned, rotted in the ground. Plus it turned off cold. And when the thing finally did start to come up, and I started seeing some plants, it was a mess. I debated just replanting it, and I didn't. I just let it be a mess. And it was about, if it was 50% germination over the entire field, that might be a high estimate. Well, anyhow, those plants had so much space between them, they bushed out, and they had more beans on them than I think I can ever remember seeing on bean plants. And I went out there, and what really should have been 6 acres, we'll say, okay, 50% germination, we'll call it 3 acres. And it looked like something in the neighborhood of, let's see, it was not quite 1 truckload. I went to the mill with it, and it was 185 bushels. And I was sitting there in the truck thinking about it. Wait a minute, I got 185 bushels off of that? It just kind of baffled my mind. I started trying to do the math and realized that, well, 3 times 6 is 18. So throw the 0 in there, and that was 60 bushels to the acre if you counted it as 3 acres. And then if you just split it on back down to 6 acres, poorly, planted, poor emergence, it was still 30 bushels to the acre. It just blew my mind. I was like, thank you, God. Thank you. It was good fertilizer. I had 400 pounds to the acre, 5-10-30. This year, there's 450 pounds to the acre on it. And we're getting the rain. There's been no drought stress on those plants. So if this thing turns up, and call it 60 bushels to the acre, and I've got, there's the skip spots in there. If you do the math on it, probably knocks it down to something like maybe 5.5 acres, because it's nowhere near as bad as it was last year. I'm starting to get kind of excited playing with those numbers. That's one of the fun things about farming. It's a big gamble. You're sitting there at the poker table, you're looking at your cards, you're looking at your wager on the table, and it's the same thing. You don't know what's happening until all the cards are faced up on the table. And right now, ain't none of the cards face up. I don't know what the future holds. But it's still fun to think about, what it could potentially be. It's like that corn over there. That corner I just walked over to, that's real sandy. It's never did much on beans down there. But cousin put the fertilizer to it and cultivated it and had the blessing of God on it, and boom, there it is. Okay, I got to get back to work. I'm going to finish this, and then I think I'm going to probably, I don't know, I need to mow this meadow strip before it gets away from me again. I don't like mowing it and leaving what looks like a bunch of hay laying out there on it and smothers out the grass. That's some gorgeous, beautiful fescue to me right there. I could just plop me down a lounge chair right here, get me a cigar and a cup of coffee underneath this shade tree, enjoy that breeze coming out of that forest, and be perfectly happy and content with that view to look at. The corn adds something to it. That's nice. All right, shut up for rambling and get back to work.